And welcome to Nancy's Neighborhood. It's good to be back with you all, folks. I had a little hiatus there, and I've got another little hiatus coming up, but it's the end of school, and as a school board member, I have to be a couple of places, and 3 in the afternoon when I tape these shows sometimes interferes with where I'm supposed to be. So hopefully after we get everybody graduated and everything done in the month of May, I can get back on a regular schedule. But I'm thrilled today to have with me 2 guests, and one of them is Joe Davis, and I'm going to let Joe tell you his official title and what he's certified in, and then we'll get into what he's here to talk about today. So welcome, Joe.
Well, thank you, Nancy. Thank you for what you do, and thanks for having us a little get-together about the veterans. It's really nice to do that. Cleveland's a real good community for veterans. They've been real good
Oh,
to
wait
us.
a minute. Wait a minute.
Are you clicking?
Okay. I'm sorry. Keep going, Joe. I'm so sorry.
Well, thank you, and Cleveland's been a real good community about supporting veterans. We, the Cleveland community does a lot of stuff for veterans. All you got to do is just tell them what's going on, and they're willing to jump in with both feet. That's really nice.
Absolutely, it really is. And of course, my dad's was a World War II veteran. My uncle Ralph is a World War II, still living, is a World War II veteran. My husband was Vietnam era, and so I think, we have a lot of people in Cleveland-Bradley County that can relate to even the Korean conflict.
Yeah.
Do we still call it the Korean War? We call it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to talk about today is an award for Bill Norwood, which is a Korean POW.
Fantastic. So lead us into that then.
Well, I'm Joe Davis. I'm a veteran service officer. I worked at courthouse. I work there Monday through Fridays. If anybody wants to come see me, they can. And we help veterans file claims with the VA. That's what we do. That's our number one goal. We help anybody that walks through the door. And several years ago, John Simmons got a thing started about building a veterans home here, which kind of took off.
Yes.
Had some donations, had some land donations from generous people. And that led to a council, we call it. It's just a big committee, and I'm on that committee. And if we're trying to build a veterans home here in Bradley County. And that will take place. I'm just not sure when.
I know. We were talking before we went on the air about the fact that when we had Case and Art, which we sold in 2008,
Yeah.
we kept thinking that the veterans home was going to be built in time for us to do the interior because we had a government contract.
Yeah.
But that was in 2008. So we've been talking about the veterans home here since prior to 2008.
Yeah. It's just taken an extremely long time. And maybe in a couple more years, we'll be at the top of the list and we get things started.
Absolutely, and that would be wonderful.
It's shovel ready right now. We could start tomorrow if we just had the proper procedures to go forward. We're just waiting on the VA.
And you have to get in line,
Yep.
and you move up. Maybe you move up every year.
Yeah, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
It's a need-based program, and they grant money based on the top of the list.
Right.
And unfortunately, the money doesn't go very far. About two places is all it goes. So
All over the United States.
all over the United States. So
Yeah.
if they put 1 or 2 homes in front of us, well, we have no chance of it.
That's right.
We're like number 5 down the list now. So you'd think we'd get there in a couple of years, but that didn't happen. So we're hoping maybe things will slow down and maybe we can kind of inch up toward the top.
Absolutely. So I noticed you brought a plaque today, so
Yes.
tell us a little bit
Now,
about
I'm on this
that.
committee. A few years back, we decided to have another award ceremony to honor some veterans. And this award was set up to honor veterans or non-veterans, and it's called the Bill Norwood Veterans Service Award. And it's presented annually at the Memorial Day program at the courthouse. And it's a veteran or non-veteran who demonstrates a pattern of volunteer work that actively supports veterans programs, projects, and activities.
And that's great.
And the past recipients, first one was Bill Norwood.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully you know him and know what all he does.
And we named the award after him, so
That's
it's
right.
a good thing that he received it first.
Thanks to a lady named Christy Odom. That's how this
Okay.
got started. And Robert Goins and Paul Goins were the second recipients, and the Honor Guard of the American Legion was the third recipient.
Oh, neat.
So we're looking for the 4th recipient now. Here's the plaque that hangs in our office at the courthouse. And we have 3 applications so far. The deadline is May 12th. So we're looking for a few more. And you might think it's pretty tough. People that do things are numerous here in Cleveland. So it's kind of hard to pick out someone. We've got 2 real good prospects right now.
Oh, good.
So if any of your audience wants to apply or submit somebody's name, we'll be more than happy to consider them. We have a committee from the Southeast Tennessee Veterans Council that decides who the #1 pick is. And after May 12th, that's when we'll start doing
That's
it.
the deadline, and I've been announcing this on the show.
Oh,
that
good,
They
thank
can
you.
pick these applications up. I've been giving your phone number and telling them that you're in the courthouse, and they can pick the applications up. It needs to be back in by May the 12th.
That's correct.
Now, give us a little bit of, if they're a veteran, do they have to have served in a foreign war or just a veteran? And I mean,
No.
I'm not taking anything away from people that haven't gone overseas, because I know that there are people who serve and do a great deal that are
Yes,
serving the United
that's
States.
right. You're considered a veteran nowadays if you just served in any kind of military service.
Okay.
Reserve, National Guard,
Okay,
things like that. And
Okay.
and combat or non-combat has nothing to do with it. You're still a veteran.
okay, all right. And so.
And also it's for non-veterans, so
Yeah, I
that's
was gonna ask
someone
you about
that
that.
could just be active in that kind of field here in Cleveland. There's several people that fit that mold.
Wow, okay. So the application then, they'll come and get it from you before, and that's one reason I asked Joe to be on today's show, because this show will show prior to May the 12th, and I wanted everybody to know to go down and get an application.
right.
So tell them a little bit about the process of filling that application out.
Well, it's a one-page blank form. It just answers a bunch of questions about what they've done, what their activities are, their name and the address, so for who to notify if they win, so that we can keep it secret till Memorial Day.
Oh, it is a surprise.
Supposedly, yes.
Okay, got you.
Sometimes it works
Supposedly.
out that way, sometimes it
I
doesn't.
got you.
In Bill Norwood's case, I don't think they kept that a secret from him. But now Robert Goins, who's the cemetery caretaker, didn't know anything about it. He was shocked.
Oh, how neat.
We had to force him to show up at the ceremony, and then when he got the award, he knew why I was forced to be there.
That's always so neat. Joe and I and some more of my family have something that we're hoping we can surprise somebody with next month. But
Yeah.
those surprises are tough. You know, it really is.
Yeah,
When
but
you look
it's
out
nice
and see
when
the
you
whole
can pull it
family
off.
there. Yeah, if you can pull it off.
Especially if you got loved ones there that's going to watch and are proud of what the recipient's going to be.
Right.
We're trying to make this a little prestigious award here in Cleveland for veterans and non-veterans, and recognize them and get some publicity in the paper, which we've been able to do pretty good so far.
Yes.
And
That's
we
how I
want-
picked it up to announce it to
Yeah.
people.
We want to keep that up, and you saw plenty of room on the plaque for many more years to come.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
So we're hoping this will continue. This will be a Memorial Day presentation. Then on Veterans Day in November, we present the Veteran of the Year.
Oh, wow.
So that's
okay.
a completely different thing at a different time.
Okay.
This is going to be Memorial Day.
All right, now, the Memorial Day event that we always have here in Bradley County, I've got Steve Stewart
Yes.
coming on with me. I think he's coming on the 10th, so we can talk about that. So we won't steal his thunder talking about the memorial, but this award will be given on Memorial Day at the event that we always have here in Bradley County.
Yeah, that's right. We also started something with Kathy Pilgrim. We give away a Cherokee Blossom quilt that's handmade,
neat.
and she uses our office to determine who should receive this. And we have one quilt to give away this year. We're working on picking someone now.
How nice.
Yeah, their quilts are extremely nice.
Oh, and she does, I've had Kathy on the show with me, and she
Yeah.
does a beautiful job on quilts.
Oh yeah, she's had a couple of quilts placed in the top 3 in competition here just recently.
She does a great job.
Yeah.
All right, now, also you have the golf tournament coming up.
Yes, I'd like to talk about that a little bit if
Yes,
you allow
I
me
want
do
you
that.
to.
The council committee is doing a fundraiser. We started this 7 years ago. This is our 7th year. It's an annual golf tournament, the only fundraiser we have all year long. And we do pretty good with it. We work at it pretty hard. Have a lot of people out, call on people, asking for donations and things like that. We have about 30 teams that play golf with us. That's 4-man select shots, so that's 120 players at Chaley Valley. And Chaley Valley's been our selection course since the beginning.
That's great.
Harry Birch was very good to us in our tournament, and he's passed on now, but he's been very generous and good to us about our tournament. So this is the annual fundraiser we use, and this funds that this golf tournament raises all go toward construction of the home.
Which we hope is going to happen soon.
Yeah,
But
soon,
we'll
very
have to
soon.
see.
We have people that's not been able to make it, waiting on the home to be built.
Oh, that's a shame too.
But it'll be there for you and me, I think. We're going to live a long time.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. We have good genes, so we should be able to
Yeah,
do that.
we should be able to.
But okay, so ways that people can help this, help in this. I know you called me and said, Nancy, would you like to be a whole sponsor again this year? And I said, sure. So I just, before we went on the air, I gave Joe a check to be a whole sponsor, and that's relatively inexpensive.
Yeah.
That's $100 if you want to be a whole sponsor, and then the other sponsorships they can do. What's some other things?
Well, we have several choices. The main one is our corporate sponsors. We have several. That's a bigger donation than what the average person gives, and we give them more credit, more publicity, and for your donation, you'll get a sign at a hole, and then the recognition in the newspaper after it's over with.
And I appreciate you not asking me for the big money.
Yeah, that's okay. It's not a whole lot of money. It's not a whole lot different. Anyway, it's $70 per player.
Okay.
So 4-man select shot, that's $280 for
All
a
right.
team. That's not a lot, but that's still a lot of money to play golf.
Yes, it is. And then do you feed them? Is there a meal
Yes.
that goes with it?
That's right, and it's on our flyer we put out. My office is the contact point. That's where the money goes to. We feed breakfast donated by Hardee's.
Oh,
Yeah, which
thank
is,
you, Hardee's. They're wonderful.
Yeah, we never have any biscuits left over.
I bet you
Never.
don't.
It's quite amazing how fast those things go.
Mm-hmm.
And then lunch is provided by Chick-fil-A this year.
Oh, how neat. Okay.
Yeah.
So what date is the golf tournament?
June 3rd. I forgot to say it.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you. June 3rd.
It's
at
coming
8
up
in the morning.
fast.
That's on a Saturday.
Okay.
Yes, sure is.
And you're going to tee off at 8 in the morning, or you're going to eat breakfast at 8 in the morning?
I will eat before 8, tee off at 8.
Okay, you're going to tee off, and it's a shotgun start?
Yes.
Okay.
And we
wow.
have 20 teams that's already signed
Oh,
up.
already?
And we have to stop at 30 because of the golf carts. So we only have 10 spots left.
And so they need to contact you. Tell them your phone number at your office.
The Veterans Office is listed under Bradley County, 728-7149.
Okay. And so you need to call Joe if you want to get a team. And I know there's a lot of you golfers out there that just look for an excuse to go play golf. And this is a wonderful, not an excuse, but this is a wonderful opportunity to help raise funds for the veterans, the hopefully veterans home we get here in Bradley County.
Yeah, and that's a full skilled nursing home.
Yes.
With a restricted Alzheimer's unit.
And
and
those
there-
are coming up. I mean, we see a lot of need for those.
Yeah, 108 beds.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the standard of building now in Tennessee. And it's we have a design of it in the office. It's a very good looking building.
I've seen it because, like I say, when we had Case and Art, we were hoping we'd get a chance to bid on doing the interior. But
Yeah.
as it happened, so we had kind of an outline of it. It's going to be a lovely, lovely facility. Roughly here, Bryce has given me the sign that we just have a minute or two left. How many World War II veterans do you think are left living in Bradley County that are alive?
That's a good question. We can't count them, can't keep up with them.
Okay.
I would estimate less than 100.
Okay, so that's another thing, folks. If you have a relative that's a World War II veteran, you need to call down to Joe's office and kind of register that person so we can kind of keep a running tab.
Yeah. There's 500 in the state of Tennessee,
Okay?
so there's not many left.
No, there's not. And then, of course, you have the Korean conflict after that, and then Vietnam. And Vietnam's my era, so you may be losing some of those.
Yeah, I read something the other day where Vietnam veterans are dying at 700 a day nationwide.
Whoa.
And that's because of all the things they're exposed
Yes,
to.
yes, the Agent Orange and all that other that they went through. That's exactly right. Joe, thank you so much for being on with me today because I wanted to talk about the VA hospital, I wanted to talk about the golf tournament, and I've been talking about the Bill Norwood Award and trying to get people to submit those applications to you.
Thank you.
So you need more.
Yeah, we take all we can get, and the more the merrier, I think. The selection's already pretty tough,
Well, that's good.
so we kind of like that kind of stuff.
That's exactly right. So again, Joe, thank you. Give them your phone number one more time at your office.
I'm at the courthouse. My phone number is 728-7149.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you being on with me
Thank
today.
you, Nancy.
Don't go away, folks. We're going to take a little commercial break. Be sure you watch the commercials and support our sponsors because they pay our bills. So we'll be right back with our second guest. So don't go away.